Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is day 2 of my 30-day challenge of painting 30 flowers in 30 days. Roses are one of my many favourite flowers. I'm a big lover of flowers anyways, but roses really are just stunning. There's so many varieties. When you go to the garden centre, I just stare at them and I just think I just don't know which one to pick. I have quite a number of varieties in my garden. The only thing I find is that we've only got them in pots at the moment. I'd love to grow some outside my front door and have them sort of hanging over, not over the front door, but above it. Oh, that would just look stunning, but I'm just not much of an advanced gardener to know how to do that. I'm sure it's probably easier and I should just give it a go. It just looks stunning. So here I am just using a block red colour to create some of the base colours of the rose petals. I've left a few gaps in white so I can add in some lighter reds. It's a bit more pinky peachy colour in those gaps. What I like to do with the rose is I try to focus on each petal at a time, which can be quite tricky to do. Similar with the peonies, quite tricky, but you just have to try and stay with it. Even if you make a mistake, that's the beauty of acrylics. You can just go back over it with the paints. Once it's dried, it's absolutely fine, so I wouldn't worry too much. For this one, I did sort of make a few mistakes at the beginning, so I didn't have that main petal at the front. You can see that I've gone sort of halfway down with the light pink, but I should have gone all the way down to the bottom, so then it's just got one big sort of petal on the side rather than it kind of looking a bit cup shaped. It just doesn't really look right at the moment. But I find that I just keep going. I'll then focus on something else. So eventually you'll see I do go onto the stem, painting a leaf, because I just need to take my mind off it for a second, or even not even do that, just step away, go make yourself a cup of tea or something, and then come back and look at it, and you'll see where you need to maybe make a change or add something. So you can see here that I keep going at it and just trying to figure out where it's not working. I'm sort of going a little bit blind when I'm drawing this. I do have a picture up on my laptop, but I'm doing it as I go and not looking at it too much. I'm trying to make the painting in less than 15 minutes, which is tricky for me anyways, because I will spend hours on a painting. I might have mentioned in my previous video that I love oils and oil pastels, and I can just spend ages doing it with pastels, and that's why acrylics is quite good, because it dries very quickly, so it kind of encourages you as well to paint a little bit quicker, know where you can add some toning, blend colours together, so it is quite a skill, to be honest. So you see what I mean, where the rose just doesn't quite look right. I don't have that petal at the front, so it just looks a bit funny at the moment, but that's okay. I think it's great when stuff like that happens, because it really makes you learn and look at it and think, why does that not look right? Why is that not working? So I'm just painting some of the leaves beneath the rose at the moment to try and just take my mind off it, focus on how I could improve it. So I'm starting to paint the top leaf of the rose here, and I'm just using the same colour green as I did for the leaves immediately beneath the rose. It's kind of just a darkish green I'm starting with, and then I'm adding a few thorns, which is obviously a classic for a rose. That's the only downside to them, that they are very thorny, aren't they? And I've had numerous scratches on my arms. We've got a big rose bush out the back, came with the house actually, and it fell down last year. The string snapped that was holding it up, so we had to put on like really thick coats to try and get underneath and pull it up, which wasn't pleasant. You try not to get it in your face as well, in your eye especially. Anyways, I think here I just use a darker green to accent some of the creases and the lines in the leaves to create that realistic look. And again, immediately below the tulip, you want to add in some shadows using the dark green. So now you see that I'm going back onto the rose. Now I've had a reflection on it and I'm looking at how to improve, how to make it look like a rose, to put it frankly. There, I'm going down, straight down into the center, creating that leaf, and then I'm using some darker colours to accent it. I still haven't quite got there, so you'll see later on. So I go back and I focus on something different. So I'm going into the middle. I'm adding in those really tightly knitted petals to create that lovely swishy effect. I tell you, the one thing that the roses have been quite good for is preventing the cats. They're not our cats, but the cats from pooing in our garden. That is one of my pet peeves at the moment, trying to stop the cats from pooing in our garden. We've got lots of bare soil areas because I like to grow tulips and things. I'm still learning like how to do all that, but I just end up using one bit of bed and putting the bulbs in, but then I find the cats end up digging them up anyways. So I get like 3 tulips when I put in maybe 50 bulbs, which is quite annoying. So that's one of the things I've started laying down, is just some thorns of the rose bushes so that it deters the cats from basically using my flower beds as their litter trays. So I'm starting to get a little bit more confident with the rose here. I'm starting to see it come together. So again, going down into the center, building that petal, trying to really make that pop, because I think that's one of the key things with a rose, that petal there really does need to pop. So now I can see that the rose has really come together now that petal has come out, and I'm quite pleased with the result. And again, it's that reflection, so I've gone back to the leaf now because I've seen that there needs to be some highlights added, yellowy highlights to make that leaf pop a little bit, and a little bit of the edges of the leaves immediately below the rose. And then I also add some little thorns onto the stem as well, and some spiky edges to that leaf, because roses don't have a round leaf. I don't know what I was thinking when I drew that. So I add some little sharpish edges to that leaf. And there we go. I'm quite pleased with the result overall, actually. I thought I wasn't going to get there, but I did. And this painting I think took me about 13.5 minutes or so, slightly longer than, if I did it again it would definitely be much quicker, which is great. This is all about practice, and that's why I've set this challenge for myself to do 30 paintings in 30 days. So as with all of my paintings, I'm marking them at the bottom right just to note that it was day 2 of the 30-day challenge. This is to essentially really hold myself accountable to keep going, and I can then look back at all of the paintings and I'll be hopefully proud that I managed to complete 30 paintings in 30 days.